patrols, you're gonna need to have a HUD because some of these patrols require you to go to places, and I don't really like running around like a chicken with his head cut off, as you saw in a previous episode. Yeah, that's not fun. I don't want to do that, so we're not gonna do that. So I can't have friends helping me. I can't invite someone to help me, so I can't do the raids. That's basically the blunt statement I'm making here. I can't do any raids or activities that require assistance. So no trials, which we'll get into that in a moment, but no raids, no trials. If I can solo the encounter, I can do it. If I can't solo the encounter, I won't do it. And I have to do the entire encounter, which means I can't do Crota's End, because while I can do Crota's End, I really don't want to have to fucking get stuck on Crota. Like, ever. So, yeah. That's a thing. So, anything I can do solo, I can do. Anything that requires matchmaking, not doing it. If you're just tuning in, I lost the commentary that was recorded for these gameplays, or for this footage, I guess, and I'm redubbing in brand new commentary, and right now we're discussing the rules for this series. As of now, we've discussed the fact that the HUD must be turned off inside of combat zones, and it can be turned on in social spaces or non-combat zones, such as the tower or the reef. If I have my HUD on when I enter a combat zone, I must delete a legendary item of the highest light level I currently have, or better. So in other words, I might have to delete an exotic. I really don't want to do that. I put a lot of time and effort into upping these things just so I have them for my Warlock as we play through this. So yeah, I will be taking great care to make sure I have my HUD off moving forward. But if it does happen, you will see the penalty happen, and it will suck donkey balls. I can only do solo-based or matchmaking engagements or encounters and quests, things of that sort. I can't do any raids. I can't do... I can do Prison of Elders if I get shit done and the right modifiers come up. I can do strikes, I can do weekly heroics, things of that sort. Anything that is match-made or soloable, I can do. What else? Well, let's talk about gear, because I've already mentioned it. Gear. I will be giving this character gear by means of my hunter. And while some people will say, well, that's kind of cheating, man. That's not cheating, because you can do that on any character. If you own Destiny, as long as you have at least one character available to you, you can do it. So yeah, I've been gearing my character up. You guys can't see it right now because, well, this footage is several weeks old, and I have been very busy. You will see that in a few episodes. We will be finally catching up, essentially, I guess-ish. Ultimately, I will never really be caught up with this series because I'm always shooting something in advance. Except I actually haven't shot anything as of this recording because I knew I had to do this, so I wanted to wait. Just saying. Anywho. So I can gear myself up. However, this is the catch. When I reach level 40, I can no longer assist this character with any gear or weapons. I can, well, okay, maybe just the armor and the ghost and things of that nature. But weapons, I mean, I have a set group of weapons I'm going to be using once I get to 40. So it won't matter too much. But yeah, I can't give myself any more assistance, if you will, from my hunter once I hit 40. It's going to be all reliant on this character at that point. So that's where the gear cut off, I guess. And even then, I don't know if 40 is a fair number. I'm almost inclined to say 30. Maybe even 20, because we still haven't even got to 20 yet. I'm being honest with you guys. Even as of this recording, I still have not reached level 20. So maybe level 20 is the cutoff? I don't know. I'm gonna go with 30, because I think 30 is a much more fair balanced number between 40 and 20. Also, gives me time to finish gearing up just a little bit. I'm being honest. You want me to lie? I'll lie. I'd rather be honest with you guys, okay? So I'm going to continue to gear up until I hit 30. Once I hit 30, any gear I have on my character, that's it, done. lockout. I can still switch over weapons. I can still upgrade the weapons for power level. But again, that HUD thing, please God, don't let that happen, because seriously, I'm banking on not fucking up. Oh, I'm banking on not fucking up. You have no idea. So there's that. So those are pretty much the rules. I can't think of anything else. Oh, while this wasn't originally officially a rule, it has been made a rule. When I get done with the final piece of PvE content that I can complete on this character, I will and I must step into the Crucible for one match with no HUD on. That will be the final thing we do in this season/series, because while the series will continue when Rise of Iron releases, not right away, by the way, but then again, it might. I'm debating. Seriously, we'll see. I definitely want to finish this season before Rise of Iron comes out, so I can jump right back into my Becoming Legend series. But we'll see what happens. As of now, I do plan to do Rise of Iron HUDless as well. You know, doing Blind Guardian with that. So we'll see. But the final episode of what's available now, there you go. That's a better way of putting it. Of the content that currently is available in-game, when I reach the end of I've got nothing left I can do in PvE, time to go do something else, I will do one PvP match with no HUD for your guys' enjoyment. It will be live commentaried, and I should point out that when I play PvP-based stuff, I get really quiet. So I'm just giving you a heads up now. I'm going to be focusing like a motherfucker, and I will probably yell and scream and shout a lot of unnecessary obscenities, but that's what I do when I play PvP, so hopefully you will enjoy that. So that's it. Those are the rules. That's the setup. Again, if you're just tuning in, if you've missed the beginning of this rule set, the first episode, I'm not going to go over it again. Go back, watch the episode, I promise. All that fun stuff. Now, as I said, I will be releasing this entire thing as a complete and utter podcast at a later date, including all the gameplay that is currently being shown. And it'll just be something as a bonus for you guys if you want to hear the entire play, or this entire thing play out, as opposed to getting chopped up as it will be over the next few episodes. So, all that said and done, I now want to talk about the history of Destiny from my perspective. And we're going to start with the alpha, which was released during E3, what was it, like 2 years ago? And 2014, the alpha is released during E3, and it's available, I think if I remember correctly, it was available to everyone. The alpha was available to absolutely everyone. You didn't need to have a PlayStation code. All you had to do was go download it. Didn't matter if you were on PlayStation or Xbox One, everybody got access to the alpha. And it was extremely limited. Like, extremely limited. All you could do was Earth, you could do Sepix Prime, you could do a few missions, but that was it. You couldn't do the moon, you could do Crucible a little bit. I enjoyed it. I really, really enjoyed the alpha. I didn't really participate in the Crucible too much. It wasn't for me, you know? At the time, I wasn't interested in the Crucible, and even now, I'm still not highly interested in the Crucible. But speaking specifically back during year one, the alpha comes out, I play all the content, I don't record anything. The beta comes out a little while after that, which again was exclusive for the first week on PlayStation, and then it was available on Xbox for 1 week after, and I got to play through all of that. And I remember the alpha and the beta, and I was loving every minute of it, man. Because Destiny came out at a time in my life where a lot of bad shit was happening. The beginning of that year, beginning of 2014, I think it was, I lost my aunt. And it was because of my aunt that I was able to acquire a PlayStation 4 and Destiny. And I miss my aunt in ways I will never be able to truly explain or put into words, just as much as I miss my mom, who both of them passed away before I wanted them to. I mean, I'm going to be honest, a little selfish here. I wish they were still around, especially my mom. But again, selfishly, I say that. So, but lost my aunt, and because of her, I was able to get Destiny. And in a way, anytime I play this game, I'm reminded of that. Anytime I do a YouTube video, I'm reminded of my aunt. And I love that woman very much. I miss her every day. But I remember sitting there playing Destiny, playing the beta, playing the alpha, and I wanted to go and talk about it with my mom and my aunt, and I wanted to tell them all about it, because while neither one of them ever got into the video games I play, and yes, that just happened. Well, there goes that's flawless run, right? Yeah, didn't I already die like 4 or 5 times, I think? Anyways, I remember that was originally a goal too, was to go flawless. Yeah, that didn't happen. I immediately wanted to go and talk about it. And I did talk about it. I talked about it with you guys. But I didn't show any content. So I've been asked why didn't I show content, and I've answered this question before. I didn't want to put out footage for a game that wasn't complete. Now, to be fair, when Destiny first came out, it still wasn't complete. They were still tinkering with it even after the game came out. And they will always tinker with this game, because this game is always evolving. It's always improving. It's always changing and growing and becoming more than what it initially was. That is what Destiny is. But during the alpha and the beta, I just didn't want to post the footage. There's a part of me that kind of regrets that. There's another part of me that absolutely does not, because I felt like I wanted to showcase